Do we have some news? Let's see. Something in 30 seconds. Unemployment claims. Okay. Not taking that. But let's see what it does. What woke corn dog was actually talking? For like trades or something? We'll start with the 470 account. That one. Build that one up. And then cha-ching. So we got those. They were talking about me, I guess. Illuminated is illume or something. Because they were talking about, like, they don't know when to take volume point of control bounces or something. So I put what I took as a short in context from what I saw. And then they were like, I still got faked out or something. And then I was like, well, I waited for it to go below the guy. So the thing I was saying to be true first. Right. So he like went long off. Like Dave was talking about volume point of control and how he doesn't take it anymore because it's like a 50-50. And then I took that as a short and got paid yesterday. And I told them that the reason why I took the short was the context that came before the hit to the volume point of control. And then what happened at the volume point of control alluded to it going lower. So it wasn't just the volume point of control, but it was like, and I was saying how you said there's like, it's the best way you put it is how it's like lining up pieces of evidence. So it's not one piece, it's like 3 or 4 pieces lined up. And then I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm in. Yeah, it's all about the lining up of evidence. It's not one of them over the others. Yeah, it needs to be undeniable. Yeah. Right. Like, why push the button if it's just one piece of evidence that's speculative, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's an alignment. It's when the stars align. That's why in the general chat I had the little solar gif with the line up the confluence. I see that. I wouldn't say it's luck at this point because it's like pretty consistent. Yesterday was rain, and today I finished work late, so I still haven't been able to get on my skateboard. It's annoying. I can do it tomorrow though. I get off early. Right. I was just like sitting at work, like, damn it, I just want to go home right now. I've been there when I was younger for sure. I was into like Destiny and they had like raids for that, the 6-man fire team. It was like a Bungie shooting game, but they had like classes of characters and you had different special moves, then you'd have to work in tandem to solve puzzles and stuff. It was pretty cool. Yeah, you had like a Titan that would have to pop a defensive bubble in order to avoid getting wiped by the boss's like pattern of attack, you'd have to all go to his bubble. So you like learn how the attack pattern and work with the synergy of your subclasses and stuff. It was pretty cool. Some of the raids would take like 10 hours to complete. Yeah, they had like multiple bosses and gear you'd get. Yeah, it was pretty much like a looter shooter, like but it was like RPG elements where you level up and get new gear and guns. And they'd have like LFG groups and they would be like looking for a Titan like this level with this gear. No, if you don't, and you'd have to use certain weapons like this rocket launcher called the Galahorn, which like automatically reloads and gives you an extra rocket or something. So everyone would be like, you need Galahorn, no group. Like they would have these requirements to clear the boss because it was so hard. They started to cater to the noob audience, and then, like, they lowered the skill ceiling, and then all the sweats and the streamers go away, and then the popularity goes away too. What are they gonna do? Do they even have? I guess they would be able to afford it with all their daycare money. But they wouldn't have the hand-eye coordination, I guess, with the double-digit IQs. You ever watched the Wall-E movie? That, like, where everyone's just roly-poly fat on, like, mobile scooters, and they don't do anything but eat all day? That's pretty much where it's going, I guess. Just little meatballs on mobility scooters. Yeah, I hope not. I'd like to think humans get their head out of the sand and turn back to the logos and stop living in the pathos. In general, just humans are living in this, like, emotionally charged state where they let their emotions get the best of them, and they get twisted out of shape. Yeah. Yeah, it's a culture of comfort plus entitlement plus victim blaming and, like, projecting out your problems onto others as it's their fault that you're in your lots in life, not yours. Not lack of taking responsibility, I guess, would be the the better word for it, like irresponsibleness. It's also like the culture we've raised women to be in, where they think they're like special princesses that can do everything a man can do, which is not true. There's biological differences and propensities to do different things that are undeniable. Like, they tried the whole like making women interested in STEM thing, and while there are women that are interested in STEM, on the whole you're gonna have tech companies dominated by men, because that's what men are interested in. Men are interested in things and women in people. It's just, and we tried to socially engineer like everyone's the same for like, since like with the social scientists for like 70 years or whatever. But it's all an experiment. We don't know what it's like with women working with men, because we've only recently done it. Like, you look back for thousands of years, like, men were the breadwinners. That's what it was. Men are the hunters, they're the providers. And that's where it really, I think what you're talking about with those cultures is like they still adhere to those traditions. Whereas the white people, if you will, think like, no way, man, like, what are you, like, you're sexist? It's like, it's not sexist to admit where men and women differ. And that's why Japan, like, they got thousands of years of history, so they actually embrace those differences in this unique way that, while they have capitalism, the women kind of accept their place slightly. I mean, they still copy the West in some ways, but they're happy to be, like, my wife's happy to be the cook, for example. Like, I don't cook. And I'm just like, yeah, so? They just, like, they value work over family, and the dudes are kind of, like, too inside their own heads, and they stopped reading Miyamoto Musashi's The Book of the Five Rings and, like, trying to be badasses.
There it is. The bell tower.
During the bubble economy in the 90s, all the dudes had that copy of that book in their back pockets. But now, like, dudes are just whipped, I would say. So they don't get laid, and they just stare at their phones. It's the same everywhere. Like, everyone's just, like, glued to their mesmerized, you know, their mesmerizing brain rot algos. I think that's one of the main things too, is like, I was telling some students today, like, there's 3 things that get you whatever you want in life. First is focus. Second is belief. And then third is effort. You have to take effort. But like, the awareness is, and the focus is where it all starts. Like, if you're not focused, you don't see things clearly, and you're lost. And you're basically like a worm just wriggling around without eyesight. You can't see what you're doing. You're just a lost little worm in the dirt. But, you know, and then that plus the belief in that you can do it, like the self-talk and the thought that it's possible. And then taking the action, making the effort. But everyone's getting lost in their phones, so their awareness is split. They're like dividing and subdividing and, you know, doing 2 things and 3 things at once, you know. So I think that's like a phenomenon worldwide. I don't think that's like unique to one country or... So it requires people to be focused and be aware of like what's captivating you and whether that's serving you or you are serving it. And a lot of people don't realize they're serving it and it's not serving them. Yeah, it's really nice. You get the trad wife thing happily. Like my wife works at the house, but you know, she does the mom thing really well, and then she doesn't expect a man to do anything outside of what a man is capable of.
Damn it. We'll have to find a way around.
I think that's where a lot of the West went wrong, or the white culture, whatever you want to call it, is like expecting men to be women and women to be men. It's like the role reversal is just lame. It's like, how are you going to go against tens of thousands of years of programming in a generation? Are you retarded? And then if there's a war, women aren't expected to fight in that. So it's like, where does the equality factor in that regard? It's like suddenly when push comes to literal shove, it's like, guys, you go do your thing, or stay back and tend to...
Hold on, kids. We're coming.
And it's like during it like again, it majorly ramped up in the 2017 like Me Too movement, and it's like, yeah, there were some sleazebags in Hollywood and these Epstein dudes, you know, his affiliates and whatnot, that like did heinous things, and there are still people like that out there, but it's heinous humans. It's not just men. That's what I'm saying. It's like humans. Like to isolate one and say like one half and say it's toxic masculinity. That's where that all ramped up, and then you had like Gillette doing the stupid commercials like men do better, and they lost like billions of dollars because they were virtue signaling. And it's like everyone was trying to like make like guilt trip every human on the planet for something some dudes, elite dudes, did. And it's like the girls were a lot of times complicit. They knew the actor's couch or whatever, the casting couch, was a thing since the 70s. Not to like excuse it, but it's like you knew what you were getting into going to LA. What are you talking about? It's like if you're putting your kid into Hollywood you're basically feeding them to wolves, and you're like, I didn't know the wolves would bite. It's like, why would you put your kid in that situation to begin with? I remember when my daughter wanted to do modeling, I was like, I don't think you should. Like, maybe when you're an adult, if you still want to do it, but there's too many people out there trying to take advantage. It's just the nature of the business. Yeah, that. And the parents like have a distorted competitive thing. It's like when you deal with anything with children, like Macaulay Culkin, where the parents fought over his earnings and stuff, it just gets gross.
Can you see him anywhere?
Yeah, I don't get that. The bleeding heart empathy, like to go lenient on punishment. I mean, that's death penalty type stuff.
It must be one of the Dragoon's pets.
$350. But it's a multifaceted problem that's not one layer. It's like 6 or 7 layers. I think I touched on like 2 or 3 of them, but it's like algorithms and culture shifts and like, you know, culture problems they're trying to self-correct on by guilt tripping an entire half of the population. And all these things coming together at once, and then you have like religion, and that's another facet. Blind belief in like, you know, metaphors essentially. Okay. Dragon got destroyed.
Over here, Clive! Are you alright?
Goods, there you are.
I didn't know there'd be a dragon.
All right, let's get out of here.
Oh no!
No!
They left?
What now?
Is that Mother Crystal's heart?
What the hell is it doing up there? Bahamut.
That's a pretty cool cutscene. Let's just go to that for a little bit.
Your Highness, don't do this.
We must leave. Now, Your Grace, I beg of you.
This is not what he wanted. Something's happened. Forgive me, Yod, but I must put a stop to this.
Your Grace!
Okay.
So, what do we do now then?
We destroy the heart.
We might come back!
As soon as the flames die down, the Imperials and the Dalmex will move in. This may be our only chance.
And Bahamut has gone for now. You should get as far away as you can, Goots.
What? And leave you lot in the lurch? I can't do that. If you're staying, then so am I. I packed everything up before I made a run for it, so if there's out yous need, just ask. But I won't be giving it away for free. Nana'd never forgive us if I did.
Thank you, Goods.
Drake's tail is right there, Clive. It's time to free Storm from the crystal's curse.
I might need a moment to prepare.
Of course.
Okay, let's just stop there because it'll probably turn into a long battle right here. All right, go get some coffee. I'll be right back. Booyah. Back. Say what? Tax. Maybe they know something we don't about the, like, it flooding or something. There's, like, pay. Yeah, technically. They're laughing all the way to the bank. It's basically entropy. You know, you're putting, there's no lubricant. You're actually creating friction on movement of money, you know. You're penalizing people for profit. Penalizing. Makes sense though. You need tax breaks. That's the lubricant. Taxes and politicians and all that stuff is just they're divvying up what other people did. Policies aren't the innovators. It's like scientific innovation which brings society forward, not politicians and taxes. That's all garbage. That's like people looting out of other people's bags and saying like they're doing something for the world. It's gonna blow your mind. Fabio. Whenever I hear that name, I just think of those, like, what do you call it? Those romance novels that women read in the 90s. Yeah. Now they have ones apparently with like animal dudes or something. Yeah, where like there's like the popular female romance novels are like like semi-human animals ravaging them or something. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, like they have romance novels. Like it's a popular genre for women to read about, like minotaurs doing stuff to women. Like that's a thing, apparently. I think it's like the cow upper half. I don't like the bull head and everything else is like or something. But there was a Asmongold video about it. Too legit. All right, so we got 15 minutes. Ooh, nice. No, we don't need it. Or what? Okay, let's save. What's up? Do you get traffic in the trucking game? So it's kind of like The Sims in a sense, like you'll deal with problems on the road and whatnot, detours and stuff like that. Interesting. Doop boop be doo. Yeah, basically, comma. It was like it was like a month and a half ago video from Asmongold about it, but it was disturbing that there's like a genre of that. Can't find a man, so they want like a Animan. Like an animal man, like a hybrid, a werewolf type thing. 5 minutes. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yep. Yeah, I still remember this. I said it before, this one short. It wasn't even a big short, but it was like was in a Bitcoin short, and then I made like $700 in a matter of minutes while I hung up the laundry. And then it like it as I finished the laundry, it like recovered and went back to break even, and then I was annoyed, so I didn't close it. But then I had a trip with my family and it went negative the whole day, and just that was the bottom, and it was like going up and up and up up, and I was like down like a couple grand, and it was like I couldn't enjoy the event. Oh, we're open, by the way. So it was yeah, it was one of those things where it's just like a lesson you teach yourself or whatever. Just like But it's not doing much. Yes, kind of holding here while NQ went a little bit lower. Oh, I took that on some evals just now. I'm just trying to get my vibe check going. Oh, never mind. Rip the eval. We'll see. Boom, 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 boom. That's hilarious. He's trying to green screen it. Dude, that's crazy. Yep. Have a good one. Is it hard to make RAM? Like, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I took the buyer absorption woke on some linked accounts after the eval got smoked. It's a lot of wicks though. I'm just like, And ES is like weirdly holding the bottom, but it looks like okay. I just took the acceptance of the buyer at that volume point of control. I'm willing to give back some of this that I earned on some of the others. Just doing like 70 tick, just peeled one off, stop at break even, trailing it, and 100 ticks, locking in 41 on the runner. It's all automated, I don't do anything. I saw that retest of that buyer inflection point, and then I was like, it held, so I just longed it. I saw ES performing strength too, so I was like, so far so good. That's cool. Yeah, I'm still trailing, just automated. Oh shit. It's like 170 ticks now. 180, 200. It's trailing more aggressively now. I'm going to just close it here. Fuck it. Wow, you had a 200 lot seller peel off right where I closed at 155. That was smooth. It was a little bit choppy at the beginning, but once it accepted that buyer I was circled, I was at the volume point of control. I was like, okay. It like came down with the wick and then bounced off it at 100. And I was like, okay, you're accepting him? And then I accept too. The beautiful thing is you don't know how far it's going to go, but I just like it going directly into the thing that I theorize so I'm not underwater. Like, I hate when you hit the button and you're underwater immediately, you know? So I've tried to hone my edge where that doesn't happen. So at least I can assess in profit. Okay, so that means we're in the good read today. So it's pulling back on what, 450 and sell side. Another seller adding here, 150 lot at 162. So you had that 200 lot at 155, 150 lot 162, and another 200 lot peeled off at 178. So this looks like a slingshot to continue. I was going to say that before it jumped, but it beat me to it. There's a buyer on the left and then yeah, the purple is seller here, seller here, seller here, and then a buyer here. So there's 3 sellers and 1 buyer. So when it came above 162, it's accepting this buyer and starting to punish these 2 sellers. And now it's retesting this seller here at 178. And so I just look at those guys. Mm. And then it came back to these guys at 162, and right now it's staying above it. And if it goes below 155, the sellers pick up strength. And then it's like unequivocally, that's the thing that's happening. It's not my opinion. It's like that's what's happening in this moment in time. Yep. No, it's executed and somebody aggressively did it. So it's like they marketed it in for 100 and 200, 200, 100, 150. So that's why I circled it, because it's like, why are they so sure to market there? And so you just see what those players' intentions are, and then whether it rewards or punishes that intention. And I've seen it enough times where when there's a large shoot up and then it generates some sellers and then it punishes those sellers, and that's the slingshot. So it's like it just loads it with more, with another BB of ammo to the upside, and then they'll turn those guys into buyers up here. And I'm now trailing this, and I took the long, and now I'm up, you know, on some top step funded, 500, like, and just trailing it now at 173. It'll come back and probably stop me, but ooh, or not. I'll trail this wick. And so now I'm up like 700 on this account. I'm just going to take it because I'm not trying to be in this all day. So that's 700 on that one because I have 2 others to trade. And wow, good thing I took it, but lock that out. This one. Bing. Hey, I didn't say anything. That's why I'm really am big, like I say what it, but I never tell anyone what to do because you are your own master. But yeah, I mean those 3 inflection points with the buyer in between is like a Bermuda Triangle here, and it just bounced off of that guy, and that's all you need. Like I did, that was what, a mini, and I just took that up for like 700, and then I was like, okay. It's kind of like Trades by Matt does something similar, like where he gets that small scalp and then he's done. Yeah. Punch it, Chewy. We created a bunch of 1,000 tick imbalances on the push up too. So that was also like an area I was looking at. Like we came straight out of the node with no hesitation and then generated all these sellers in the process. So it was like, you know, in the moment I'm thinking this, but I'm not really like able to put it into words until retrospectively looking at it. Like, yeah, I saw this strength and then it pulled back and generated sellers. So the sellers were seeing weakness and I was seeing strength. So it was like, it just gave me more conviction because I thought they would be wrong because so many times I've seen the sellers just turn into fuel. Like, again, you see sellers at bottoms and buyers at tops. So it's, I generally play the opposite hand. So if I see sellers, I bet against them. And if I see buyers, I bet against those. Very rarely do I take the acceptance. It only enhances, like it doesn't conflict with any system. I'm like telling you, no matter whatever you use, it just adds to it. It's like seeing through things with like X-ray goggles. It's weird at first, but then you start getting used to it. You're just like, oh, okay. 2000 on the left for the spectral analysis, and then just the whole flow of things in the middle in 1000 tick, because that's what T.O. was saying. So I used his thing. Garbage. I looked at it. Yeah. That's why I hunted high and low for the best one, and as much as T.O. doesn't like it, I like the ATAS one the best. Because it has, you see how it has all the delta information at the bottom too? So even when I'm zoomed out, I can see which person won the auction. So I can see the 2000 tick and see that one had 94 delta, that one had 2, that one had 27, negative 123. So even though I'm not looking at all the participants, I can see within the 2000 trades who was winning. So that whole information at the bottom is valuable too. So we were talking the other day about chunking, and you like chunk the information. And then I just look at it when I'm like, what was that one? Oh, it's because it's ambiguous. There's no big players, but it was negative 123. Yeah. The fact that it doesn't color weight it in the same way is where I get the information overload. The reason why I like a toss is that it color weights it, and then it makes the big players still dark. But like if you look at the darkness, like it puts it in, if I zoom out, it'll even color weight the big 200 lots in perspective to all the others. So like it fades out things more easily. So I don't need to see the color. Yeah, I mean, like you get what you pay for, I guess. TradingView is good, but it's like generally good, you know. It doesn't specialize. Yeah, I don't like how they upselled that. It used to be free too. They shitified it. My statistics have been unusually like biased towards all trades playing out within 0 to 5 minutes. Like 85% of the time. So it's like I'm really I'm into the like it either works when I hit the button immediately or it doesn't. Yeah. I was always into the sniper in video games, so I liked that, headshot. I always used the most difficult weapons for some reason. The white, or are you talking about on your screen or something? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Like if there was a previous guy over to the left, then that battle has been lost and won long ago. But it also trades back to their break even at some point, so it might have some sort of reaction. So I still circle it and look at it. Yeah, I keep all the circles for the day, like of large participants circled, and then I can like zoom out and see, okay, there's these guys from before. If it goes back to that, we could react or something. I'm not too sold on the sellers here because they haven't expressed any strength yet. So I'm just looking at slingshots until otherwise, personally. Because I'm still seeing sellers at supposed tops, not buyers. So I just took the long at 212 on another account here. And we're coming above these sellers that are circled here. So we'll see if it stays. I'm not risking so much. But the fact that it went back to these two sellers and this buyer at 191, and this whole context here is just seller, 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 buyer. It's rewarding the buyer, punishing all these sellers. So I'm in. And now I'm trailing it because I'm just like to lock in something for hitting the button if it pulls back like a weirdo. man. It's definitely useful to have multiple screens. Like, that's why people get it, I guess. You know? Like, I have that one Rips uses. Yeah, Rips had this one, the one that I use that has it above each other like that for ultra wides. Like, I like that setup because I have it vertical, you know. So yeah, I'm flat right now. I got hit in profit for $150. Now, if it breaks these sellers at 183, it starts rewarding them at this point. So if 183 falls out, then sellers are poking their heads out in control. And there's two buyers at 179 and 165 that still can get punished. We're at the decision point for the hour. So I did take that on took the short at the 184 level. We'll see. Oh no, you being a little bitch. Just got me again, but in profit. 192. But that's why it's like I like like assessing into profit, so it's like even when you're wrong, you win. but then it flattens you out so you can reset and be like, all right, well, what's next then? I just don't like the physiological response that trading causes. I like the money, but I'm not doing it for the rush, you know? Like, I want to buy stuff and do things with the money, but I don't want to be like doing it for the, you know, like the 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 endorphins it releases or whatever. Because that's when you do like, you know, you get euphoric and do stupid shit. Hmm. And then a lot of times, if it just makes a bunch, then it gets confusing. So I just get hands off after a point because I'm like, all right, I can't make heads or tails of this. And then you're like, whatever. And then it just makes you stay away. Right. It's like it creates an idiot box and you see all the idiots and you're like, well, then I'm not going to be an idiot. They're like, oh, boo hoo. As they wipe their tears with like $100 bills in a briefcase. I took the break of those sellers at 209. So I'm long, but I'm trailing it. It just hit my trailing. That's $400. I went slightly harder on that one, so I wasn't risking anything else. That's kind of good enough for me for that account. So I'm just going to lock it. That's ones I'm trying to pay. The accounts are kind of like plants you water and then like you watch them grow or whatever, and like when they're ready to harvest, you just like pluck the fruits or whatever. That's kind of where I'm looking at them now, is like, all right, this one's ready to pluck, so I'm just gonna like leave it alone right now. It's doing good. Yeah, if I wasn't on stream, I would tell you what type of gardening, but harvest. But it takes like to garden, like they say you green thumb because it takes like special care, and you have to like really give it your all, or they really are finicky, you know. So it is kind of an apt analogy, because right, I'll water them next week. I'm too busy now or whatever. Or I'll just give it so much water. It's like that's what over leverage is like. You'll blow it up. You know, it's like you have to do just the right amount. Mixing. Yeah. It happens, man. Like there's been times I've been like just like questioning what the hell was I thinking, because you like it's a lot of it's self-sabotage, you know. It's not even like you're wrong in your system. It's like I've seen my indicator give the exact bottom, and then I didn't have the dinero to take it, and I'm like, and it was so, it was so, you know, it was like a cosmic lesson of the universe just being like, yeah, bitch, because you did that to yourself. But it was like, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Woke. Yeah, it's inverse pyramid, you know, the top of it. And that's why I to like being in shape and everything. It's like that has made me impervious in so many ways. It's like you see through, like the word I used when I was telling my daughter about it is it makes everything transparent. Like people bullshit all the time. Like fat people wear layers to hide their fat. People like use words to obfuscate their real feelings. Like, you know, the market itself lays traps before it goes on the real move. There's like all these layers of bullshit. And then when you train and you focus and you dedicate yourself to that task that sucks, and you tell your body, and that you polish that mind body connection to tell your body to shut the fuck up, this is what we're doing. And when you get over that, like you see the traps and the bullshit and the obfuscation of people easier. It's like, because some people don't put in the work, and then you see those who do and those who don't. Like you see the movers and you see the lack of the movement. You know, it's like, and it's like you don't judge them, you just see it. It just becomes transparent. And then your intentions become transparent too, because I had to wake up early today and I was like, I know I'm going to be tired. I don't want to work out after work, so I'm going to just wake up early and do it. And when I woke up early and do it, your body's like, yeah, well, just hit the snooze, man. We could do it after work. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, you know. Every time it's like not a battle, but it's like you know, taking the higher road is not easy sometimes, Yeah, it does that, like, BS, FU, like, so it's like, these days, like, if you go to like an hourly chart and just look at the hourly candles, you're just like, whoa, what have we been trading? Like, that's what I've been noticing is like, what the hell is this? It's not clean. Like, every hourly candle retraces back on itself, like, blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of a see profit, take profit type of thing. Like, sure, you get some hourly trends up and then it stalls for 3 hours and then goes up again. But, that's infrequent. Yeah. It's like in like my work too, like when they were by transparent is like people try to frame in things into certain things. They try to put you into their frame, and then they're like, "We need you to come in." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, I know you need that, but I need to be with my family, and I need to have time to do this. So, yeah, that's not going to work for me. Like they frame it in a way where it's beneficial to them. And if you call them out on it, you're like, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need you. It's like the Office Space thing. I'm gonna need you to lick my butthole. And like adding the word kindly doesn't make your request kind. Like, I'm gonna kindly ask that you teach all these online classes till 8:30 p.m. I'm like, yeah, if that affects my trading, that's a no-go. Okay, so we got nothing really. We had those like candidates from before, but I don't really know. It's still those levels. Ah, that makes sense then. Bitcoin was infamous for like creating patterns that look a certain way and then just doing some psych out bullshit and drop like 10% in like 10 minutes. And you're like, what? That was the one thing I was really keen on learning. That got me into the level 2 was like learning about liquidations and market makers. Like I learned that shit through just watching how manipulated stuff was. Didn't really hit much sell side with that drop there. That was interesting. Yeah. Ching. Nice. Yeah, that's I don't know what to say about that. It's just like everything sets a precedent for everything else. So if you like slide back into that, then that slides you into like possibly going into that direction on other stuff, you know. So it's kind of, yeah, I don't know. That's why I can't say what to do, but you know, like I've been there too. I always set like a budget, so I'm like, this is the budget, and then I don't touch that. It's like either you do the passing of whatever you're gonna pass, or you don't, and then you wait till next month, and then if you did some degen stuff, then that's your punishment to wait. We're kind of at Tio's box too on the NQ. I'm not quite sure how that's derived, but do. Yeah, there's just no volume on this. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if it sweeps the highs too. Yeah, this is the volume point of control. There's like two nodes on this whole like range, and we're on the upper end of this node or whatever. So we either fall back down to the other node or we break out and test pre-market. There's only two directions. So, oh yeah, there's Trump. That's right. What's he talking about? The ballroom is good, right? It's gonna be excellent. Mm-mm-mm. I wish he would just like talk normally for once and stop like sucking his own dick all the time. I'm legitimately tired of boomers being in control of everything, though. Well, the boomers and older, you know, like they got to live through the most prosperous time, and then they get to tell us what to do. It's like, you know, it's so like insulting, like we're children or something. We need their advice. I took that long, but I wasn't really like, I'm not really like dead set on it, but we'll see. Oh, damn, it's pretty rejecty. Well, that is unfortunate. The DOM cleared up. Was there some news that posted? Something went haywire in the DOM. ES is completely cleared now, up to 6620. Starting to repopulate now, but has keywords. Yep. Just had like 100 lot buyer at 122. Hitting some sellers here. That is true. I'm gonna head off here, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Friday.